farted.
Keep
I
going.
get
Farted
farted.
in here. Somebody farted.
Somebody farted. Yeah.
What a way to open the show. Somebody farted in here.
Oh, there you go. Hey, I got a new Christmas song.
Wait, hold on. Welcome to
Oh.
Pop Culture Clobbering Time, everybody. I'm Jay Hood, and Coach Vic, Al Shell, regular cast of characters, back with a new action-packed episode of comic book Pop Culture Clobbering Time.
The underground version.
The late in the day version.
This is the best time to do it.
Yeah. It seems like this. I mean, it will work for me better. I'm not sure for you, Al. I know you got things. You got things going on in the background. You got a lady friend now. You're doing some remodeling of the house, and
Oh yeah, you seen it.
taking a big dig out of the middle of your afternoon on a Saturday might not work the best for you. I don't know. But well, the point is, we need to figure out how to be able to do this more consistently, if not on a regular schedule.
Like if we could even maybe do it like once a month, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing
I'm
else.
telling you, set boundaries now. If you don't get the time now, you're not going to get it later.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the thing is that because I work from Monday to Friday, as most people do. So then I get to go see my girl. She lives up in Michigan. So coming back down. I mean, I could possibly do it from her house. I think I might start doing that.
Okay.
So then she can be like, "Get out of here, nerd." It was funny because for Christmas she said, "I'm not getting you comic books or toys or anything." I tell you, she was against it. And then there was an actual comic book that I wanted to buy at Casey's at Buy Me Toys.
Uh-huh.
And it was the first appearance of Gambit. And I go in there and it was gone. And I was like, oh. And I was like, well, maybe someone got it for me because, I'm such a great person. And then I told her that. I was like, yeah, it was gone. She's like, spoiler alert, it wasn't me. And then my buddy Jay, who for some reason, I don't know, I was thinking maybe he plunked down the cash to do it, and then he ends up giving me an Iron Maiden graphic novel, which is great, but it wasn't I like Iron Maiden, as you can see, right. But if anything falls down, it's because I last minute taped all those up. But so it was like whatever happens. But it was a good Christmas. I hope you guys had a good Christmas.
I did. I did a haul video, but I brought some of that stuff back out too. Hey, before we go any further, let's point out we got some people in the chat here. Matthew Poe. Matthew is one of the guys that he contacts me every once in a while and says, "When are you guys going to do a show?" And I appreciate that kind of forethought, Matthew. Thank you for enjoying our content. And if nothing else, we're doing it for you, man. And we've also got Man Cave Comics. Man Cave was on Biggie Shack a couple weeks ago and showed off a couple of his new pickups for the year.
And I learned something.
Ooh, boy. You talk about pickups, it doesn't get much bigger than a Batman #1 and Detective Comics, the first appearance
27
of Batman, Tech 27, yeah.
Whew.
I know, right?
What? Dude, this dude, who'd he inherit?
Oh, good to see you. Yeah, that's the thing. When people buy stuff like that, it's like, what kind of wife do you have? That she's like, she's like, I don't know.
Is he married? Is this dude married and have or is he?
I know he has a family. His kids have made guest appearances on his.
Is he retired?
No.
How old is he?
He's a working man. He's roughly our age.
Okay.
I couldn't say for any.
He must have a good job. That's a Detective Comics 27, like a non-reprint. We're talking.
Well, he already had Captain America #1 too. So.
Are his kids TikTok superstars?
That's a way to build a collection right there, is to put your kids on YouTube.
Well, God bless him.
Indeed. Congrats, Man Cave. I know he mentioned he had to give up a lot. He traded a lot of stuff to pick up those issues. And
I mean, those are some big boys. Those are some big boys. Those are things I'd like to see, but I don't think I could. I wouldn't. I no longer have a retirement. There you go.
He'll be in a van down by the river with his comics, keeping them warm.
Those are those aren't yours. Those are your kids. They're the inheritance right there.
You talk about investment grade comics right there.
Well, wait a second.
He already lives in the shed. There you go.
His kids, he might decide to leave them to me in the will.
True.
Just a thought.
Just remember, we're friends, Man Cave.
Yes.
I've always loved you, Man Cave.
Oh.
No.
New sponsor of the show. I don't know if it's going to show up. Not really sponsored, but Tom's Vintage Toys gave out these nifty glasses this year to.
You sponsoring the show?
No, I'm just kidding.
That was much
our new sponsor is Warehouse Comics and Games is our new sponsor. No, I'm kidding.
I gotta go.
Speaking of Warehouse,
it's funny. I mean, we live in a relatively small town, and we've got between the two counties next door, we've got 4 or 5 some with LCSs.
Really?
Well, if you count the Hall of Heroes Museum that has comics there in their gift store.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we've got 2 in Elkhart, 3 in Mishawaka / South Bend, and it's amazing how cutthroat the dealers are, because some of them are nice and respectable, like the people that buy me toys, and to a certain extent Tom's Vintage Toys, and then there's
that leaves the fourth one.
Yeah.
Actually, so there's like four comic stores basically within 2 miles of each other.
The Warehouse and Buy Me Toys are within a couple miles of each other. Yeah.
Yeah, it's close. It's like, hey, I know you got this comic book shop. I'm gonna go open one right down the street.
I mean, we did all 4 of them without a thought about it.
I don't hold any ill will towards whoever runs the Warehouse or whatever. But I'm not going there. I'm not going to do that because Buy Me Toys is my home shop, Al
and I and the people that Buy Me Toys go back a long way. We've got some deep roots there. So.
And I don't want to. I mean, think about it. That's their livelihood. So, keep money in their pockets. Even whatever. I've heard stuff like, oh, they might charge a little bit. You don't understand that they're a mom and pop shop. They can't. And they do give some discounts to some friends or people that have been there for a long time, and it's a good discount. So, and another thing about Casey, they won't intentionally rip you off. Okay? I've bought comics for older classics that. He's like, oh, well, it's this much, but I'm going to tell you it's messed up here or here or here or whatever. He lowers the cost. If he's looking out for you. He's not some guy that's just like, yeah, it's this much. If you don't like it, don't buy it type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that cost on Hero for Hire #1 for me. To where I could afford it.
Well, did he? Well, that's the thing. Did he have one? I imagine he had one if you're talking about it.
I don't know. But I'm a loyal dude, so I'm not gonna. I mean, I do go to Tom's because I like Tom's. Tom's got a lot of cool stuff, and he's got dollar comics, so you can still get full comics, and I like that.
Yeah.
And then I go up to Kalamazoo sometimes, when I can.
Yeah, I mean,
have you been to Fanfare?
I never have. Up in Kalamazoo, no.
See, when I go up to Kalamazoo, I feel like it's far enough away to cheat. You know what I mean? That's my side piece up there.
You got to go out of town. You got to get that hotel on the side of the road.
Yeah, like, dude, she can't know about this, man. She can't know about this.
See, but this is one of the things I'm struggling with. I wanted to talk about kind of my transition, kind of where I'm at in my headspace. Is it Buy Me Toys specializes in new comics and pops, and they in the last year or so they've gotten, well, maybe even since COVID, they've gotten into wall books, which is they historically have not done a lot of, but they're putting a lot more up, and I commend them for that. But as I see myself like buying less new stuff and wanting more of the older stuff, I have to go where the older stuff is. I mean, one of the things that I've always been a frugal shopper. I'm buying, historically, I've bought most of my stuff off eBay because I'm seeing lower prices on eBay than I see at any store or dealers at a show.
Well, except for like shipping and handling, right? It's going to add.
No, you can find good shipping and handling.
And you just,
well, that's also someone that's probably, you can do that though.
You fold it into the price of the entire comic. And I've gotten in the habit of actually writing down like what I spend, including shipping, on the backing board of the comic. So, and the month and year, so that years down the road I can see how well or how badly I did.
Okay.
I mean, I do it with anything over like $25. If it's less than that, I'm not that concerned about it.
So we're talking out of my price range.
I don't know. It's cool. I mean, I've been looking to eBay too, but I know that Tom recently he showed me his Captain America collection, and if anybody, you'll learn, I'm on the hunt for. I got 100 already. I got a lot of them already. I'm going to complete 100 to like 4 or whatever, of the Captain America entire line, and I'm doing pretty good, but Tom showed me he has like almost all of them, but he hasn't priced them yet. And I'm looking, I'm like, hey, maybe I can get in there and scope some of these out,
Well, before he does that, this is a good time. I've got Christmas presents for both you guys. I dropped yours off this week, so why don't you rip into yours, Al? Let's see.
Mine?
Yeah.
What do I do with it? Oh, there we go.
Question. There you go.
By the way, before you open it, check out the masterful gift wrapping. I watched it.
That's pretty good.
It's amazing.
My gift wrapping is the worst. If you ever meet Susan or talk to Susan, she'll let you know that I just was like, yeah, here's the thing that's been wrapped. Oh, you gotta do it on camera.
That's a good.
It's
SMR.
Oh, that's what I always wanted. Oh, look at that. That's a beauty. Oh my god. Thank you. Oh, it's taped. Is this for?
It shouldn't be taped.
Uh-oh. What's that? It's the thing. Marvel 2-in-1. Is that the first appearance of? Oh, it's signed by Rich Buckler or
Joe Rubenstein signed it.
Ooh, Rubenstein.
Yeah, he was.
Nice.
Jim Starlin drew it. It's one of the kind of the ending of the Thanos storyline before the death of Captain Marvel. They did a 2-part kind of crossover between the Marvel 2-in-1 annual and the Marvel Team Up annuals, and I just loved it. And I just had an extra copy of it, so I want to pass it on to somebody I thought would enjoy that particular story, that issue.
That's cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a king size annual, brother. All right. Whoa, wow. We got a world's finest here. Check that out. That's a beauty. I love these old schools.
That's another
They're beating up their secret identities.
And the thing is, the cover has nothing to do with the story inside.
Oh,
and,
sure.
And I fell in love with the story inside. So it's the second composite Superman story.
Oh, wow. Look at this bad boy. We got a Cap sighting.
Mm-hmm.
Kirby.
So you sent us a screen cap of the issues you had, and I went to see which ones I had that I could help fill your.
Well, thank you. That's a newsstand too.
Yeah, well, most of them would have been in the 30-cent.
Right. The scan,
Yep.
Some of them don't even have scans. That's one thing I'm learning. Most of my stuff I've got on my is the ones I can
makes
scan.
PLZ a pain, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Oh, we got another Kirby. Look at this. Oh. Anyway, there you go. Check that out. Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the bad boy there? The Night Flyer is hanging out. Wait a minute, Night Flyer? Didn't he do the Night Flyer for his Secret Six or his?
I don't know. I don't know that stuff that well.
You remember he did Tops Comics,
Right.
and I swear he had the Night Flyer in that. Oh. Well, it's not like Kirby not to, copyright infringe himself a lot. Anyways, that's a beautiful hair. But this is an iconic cover if I've ever seen an iconic cover. There you go. Look at that bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no! Oh, it's in fire!
You did up all the corners now.
It's all bit up. Look at this. Oh, it's a beauty. I had the little one. I had the little one that like came with some type of bubble gum machine or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one. Thank you very much. Oh, it's cut down the middle.
What?
I gotta get a new one now.
Oh,
Well, thank you. That's great. I've got a whole bunch. This is unbelievable.
Right.
Oh, here we go. What's this dude's name? Machete.
Machete.
That's the original Machete. Or 302.
I
Nice.
couldn't figure out who the cover artist on those were. It looked like Ron Lim, but
That's Paul Neary or something?
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, it says right there. It says Paul Neary. You probably can't see.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Here, let's do this.
Neary.
Okay. Yeah, he was a inker, especially on Alan Davis for a long time.
Uh-oh, we got a Batroc. Wow. Check it out. 303.
I love that cover and the anatomy in that pose on Batroc, the way that guy managed to cartoon it and have it look believable. Did a good job.
This is the gold rush here.
Well, what's Cap gonna do? Does he get hit or what?
Oh my. Anyways, let's just Duel in the Darkness. That's a cool team up.
Mm-hmm.
Number 234.
Cap
Look
and
at that
Daredevil
cover. That's
were
what I wanna
like the logical pairing.
That's a nice cover. I like the artwork. I wonder who that is. It looks like almost, it's not Steranko, but
Is that a bowling ball?
does it have his name back there? Anyways, thank you. Okay, continuing on. Wow, look at that.
Yep.
It has his A's covered up, but it's great. Is that that's the origin of Cap, huh?
Yeah, that's the Silver Age, the first Silver Age retelling of Cap's origin.
Nice. Too bad you messed it up by putting that over.
Yeah, I did that just for you.
I just seen a huge. Oh my god! I don't know what you're giving up, but look at that bad boy. Jeez.
Yep, I've had that one for a while, and just haven't had a chance to pass it along. So, figured this would be the opportunity.
Wow. I'm speechless, but I'm still talking. That's crazy.
I mean, in my opinion, if I had to pick like one FF story that like epitomized the Stan Lee and Jack Kirby era and the magic that they accomplished, it was just like a one issue story. It'd be that one.
Nice.
Wow, man, this is a big. That's a presence. A couple years of presence.
There you go.
Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, buddy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I didn't get you anything.
That's all right. I got myself something on accident. We'll get to that in a minute. All right, Victor, it's your turn.
Ooh. Once again, immaculate wrapping.
You gotta hold the box up.
Oh,
That's a big boy.
Mhm.
Well, look at that. Oh, you got a whole bunch of them, huh? Hey, get anything.
I'm sorry. Ooh, I get the knife.
Don't cut yourself. You got to make sure. There you go. Sharp side down. There you go.
Cut away. Always cut away. Doesn't matter to whom, just not to you. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Ooh, he even put bubble wrap in here. Did you get bubble wrap? Kickers, New Universe Kickers. Oh. So,
my favorite comic book. Why didn't I get Kickers?
Yeah, it's a comic book called Kickers Inc. about a football player.
Oh, they're sports
comics,
centric comic books. Mm-hmm. I just picked up some Super Pros.
Oh, look, they got the fridge on the cover.
The fridge.
Fridge is
72, wasn't it?
I mean, I guess it could be any main black football player.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so few of them. Oh, Cloak and Dagger book. You know, I love Cloak and Dagger.
Well, you're in luck. This is the Christmas for you.
Oh, I wanted to get Cloak and Dagger books.
Oh, Cloak and Dagger. Can we talk about how they designed her top, though? I mean,
it just magically stays on.
Yes.
Well, she's a mutant. That's her power.
Woohoo.
So this is the Cloak and Dagger miniseries, which was one of Marvel's early miniseries.
Okay.
Around the same era as the Wolverine, and
how come they never really took off like number 3, like Wolverine?
Well, what's to say that they didn't? Because just keep going. So there's issue 4.
All right.
And then we get
the first issue. You have a miniseries, now you have the first issue.
Well, they I mean, marketing wise, they do the miniseries as like the test.
Oh, really?
And then if it's popular enough, they issue their own regular series.
Oh, this is great. Reach for the stars.
Get the final issue.
Yeah.
What is that?
So, and then you get to the final issue 3.
Oh, really?
No. I was actually surprised how long this thing lasted.
Why? People like Cloak and Dagger.
I mean, looking back, it's not like something that's like super fondly remembered where everybody's like hunting down the full run of Cloak and Dagger.
Well, I think having a full run of anything is pretty cool.
Oh, wait. You know how you know you get a good book? Look how dirty that bag is.
That's the original bag that somebody put it in like as soon as that book come out.
Oh, how did you get these books? Did these from your collection, or you ordered them a bunch of Cloak and Daggers?
So one of my coworkers came in and said, you know, my girlfriend's moving in. I've got a bunch of stuff laying around, and I found a box of comics. Are you interested in any of them? And I was like, I got a guy that's a Cloak and Dagger fan.
Power pack.
And so he had just like random runs of the stuff he liked as a kid. And
this is all Cloak and Dagger too?
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Is this the 90s Cloak and Dagger?
Late 80s, early 90s.
This might be bigger than my bed.
Ooh, I like that cover.
The frame.
Yeah, I love the frames.
That's the 25th anniversary frame that Marvel put on all their books.
I don't think I ever seen that one.
Ooh, my guy. Dr. Doom.
So I can't promise that every issue is here. There might be one or two missing, and I'm not sure he went all the way to the end of the series, but he might have. I didn't have a chance to really research and figure out how long it went.
Special 40-page final issue?
Okay, well, there's our answer.
What year was that?
Here, you can find that stuff faster than I can.
Let's see if there's a date on this copyright back here. 1986.
Ah,
Final issue was 1986, huh?
But wait, then
hey, a team up.
Oh, the Strange Tales.
hmm
I got a bunch of those.
guess what?
Yeah, I think I have that.
What's up with this?
What? You don't remember the
Man Ball.
Mad Balls?
Oh, I was talking about the Incredible Hulk, Fabio looking dude.
That was an ad drawn up by the Neil Adams studio. Whether Neil Adams drew that figure or not, it looks very much like a piece of his, but it could have been anybody in the studio at the time.
More Strange Tales.
Yeah.
See, even though I kind of don't like the way it makes him look, I like the way they make him look in the way this is drawn for Cloak. It was just so menacing.
Mm-hmm.
But then they have the White Lady be the light. But no, I'm not going to talk about Jonathan Majors just yet. And this comes with an invitation to the wedding of the year.
Personalized invitation.
I didn't know they got married.
What? Well, okay, so you've only been collecting comics since the era where they're like, we're gonna dispel this marriage, where Mephisto stepped in and erased everyone's memory of their wedding.
Oh, how come they never stuck with Striped Chips Ahoy? That's my question.
I vaguely remember those.
I don't. That would have been a hit.
These got some cool Kevin Nolan covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, these I showed
Mhm.
Oh, the humongous rock star of the universe.
Meatloaf.
I would do anything for love.
but I won't do that.
Cloak and Dagger in here, isn't there?
It might be pretty much, I mean, close to every appearance through the end of these runs.
And then you got me the first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Was that last year?
I think so.
We got a theme going, Hood.
Like I said, you're gonna have your mission is gonna be hunt down the few issues that are missing.
Oh, that's fun. Oh.
Hey, just look at flea markets. They probably have a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Tom's Dollar Bins.
Is there ever been a cover that just had? Well, I guess I should know. Just Cloak and not Dagger, or Dagger and not Cloak.
Oh, they're Cloak and Dagger, so it's usually both at the same time.
Ooh, with Power Pack. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know I like Power Pack.
Hmm.
Don't know why, but I bought all the miniseries that came out since I've been starting collecting. Haven't gotten around to reading them yet. Doctor Strange.
What issue are we on here? What number is this one?
This is, we have a duel between Masters and Friends, 7550. Where's the set issue number?
Right here. This is 15.
Oh, I thought that was, 16.
There you go.
Oh. What's this?
That's the Cloak and Dagger graphic novel, which I kind of vaguely remember being a thing, but I have no idea like where it fell.
That's the same price as a book today.
Indeed.
Oh.
And so, go ahead and show the first issue of this one. You don't have to necessarily go through
Okay,
every.
good.
Oh no!
So I was always intrigued by this series, Strike Force Moratory, and this guy had them. I was like, I'll take them, and then I read a couple of them, and I'm like, yeah, I'll never come back to this. So,
Are all these Strike Force moratories?
yeah. And again, I don't know that it goes to the end of the run, but it's most of them are there, at least the beginning.
Oh. We who are about to die. What awaits death's door? Huh. What's that? 19?
Mm-hmm.
How did you?
Well, let's show the audience what you're seeing there, what you're reacting to. One thing I did pick up on is some of these have some Wills Portacio artwork in it, and I'm not sure if that's his first art in comics, but he was one of the Image co-founders.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So yeah, I saw he had most of them. I was like, well, yeah, I know a guy that would actually be into these, so I'll pick them up for you.
Unbelievable! What a gracious guy you are.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Looking out for your comic book homies.
You know, that's one of the things as I'm going through my collection and evaluating like what to pick up, like series or storyline or things like that. Even if I think it's cool, I don't necessarily have to own it and keep it. If I think I have a buddy that would enjoy the stuff, you know, maybe it's worth picking up for that just to pass along to somebody that like it.
Well, next year, I'll just let you know I'm into the FF books that you got recently.
Okay. The Gambit, the first appearance of Gambit. I never picked you as a Gambit guy, but
just in case you're curious, I'm looking at like Thor 160 through 170.
like I have up on the wall.
Speaking of the first appearance of Gambit, so for Christmas, I was like, hey, if everybody wants to give me that, you know. But then someone bought it. I was going to actually go in and buy it because I know no one loves me and I'm buying my own stuff. And then my buddy TJ called me. He was like, hey, did you buy that Gambit with that X-Men 266? And I was like, no, someone bought it. Why? Oh, we were talking about it. I was wondering if it was, you know. So he came over for Christmas. And he picked it up somewhere else for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's crazy. So if anybody else wants to give me expensive comic books, I don't mind it anymore.
So we want 267 now?
Yeah, 266.
Well, you have that. I'm just saying, is the next one that
Do you need 265 and 267 to go with it?
Sure.
I was 265.
The issue before.
Oh, okay.
But
X-Men doesn't start to get excited until Gambit shows up. So I don't.
So okay, so here's one of the big controversies in comics.
yeah, no, he was in another book before this, but
Yeah, so
Oh,
but it's less expensive. So
what book was he in?
it's X-Men Annual 11 or 12 or something like that.
So here's the thing about that. Recently, I don't know if I showed you guys these. There's another controversy. There's a couple. There's the Wolverine, and 180, 181 thing. But there's also one with Spider-Man. There's this one. Okay.
Oh, wow. Look at him flexing now. Okay, hold on.
Okay, so there's this one that they say is the first appearance.
First appearance.
But actually, this was the first. So I picked these up because I'm donating to my nephews and nieces' future.
Nice.
But and there's also a third one. You know that?
Uh-oh.
The Marvel team up supposedly came out at the same time as one or both of those. But that one doesn't get as much love as those two do because they're both cool covers and kind of more.
Well, this one came out first, and then this one came out.
Did it?
Yeah. It was the big thing.
You
See what else I got?
there, don't you?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh,
Got my
Happy to a Slim Jim.
The Marvel Team Up came out the same week as Amazing Spider 252. No, I got to get that.
Wait, you're ruining the value of that toy.
It's okay. I got 2. We got to get out the macho manness. Look at this. I'm devaluing it. Someone probably wanted one, and I just totally. They're hard to find, man. Like where I'm from, all the Walmart has are like Papa Shango and Macho and Mankind and all those guys. I hate the way they package these guys. You have to like.
You didn't get Mankind?
I've got Mankind.
Oh.
Everybody's got Mankind.
Does it call Mr. Sacco?
Huh?
Does it call Mr. Sacco?
I don't think so. I don't know. It might. I've never opened him because I'm not. I like McFoley, but I'm not like I'm more of a vintage wrestling guy.
I'm more of a rock and sock combination.
Yeah, of course, right? Like, look at that. Now he's got a rubber band around him. Ugh. Did I booze his headband? I probably did. That's cool. Look at that.
Well, you could because his hair's attached to his headband, didn't it?
Look at that.
Beta man or macho person.
And his brother did get. Yeah, does it come off or is it on his head for good? They could never do his face right. Anyway. I found it was funny because I was cleaning a room and I found Hollywood Hogan and I was like, man, these are pretty well made figures. I like these. I wish they would have been like this back in the day because you could really wrestle with these guys. Look at that big meaty forearm. You can close on your brother. That's like I feel like I'm doing a commercial.
Look like Masters of the Universe sculpts.
Oh yeah. That's what they started doing. They took the old Masters of the Universe origin bodies. Because look, you go.
Oh, you broke it.
And you can mix and match them. So I also got Roddy Piper, but I'm not opening him because I only got the one. But yeah, you can pop their heads off. These guys are cool. You can make your own stuff. So they're also it's great because it
works.
Huh?
A clothesline that actually works.
Yeah. Well, you can't really. It doesn't swing back like the old He-Man guys. Yeah, he's great. Macho Man's cool. I just recently found a bunch of the like Rick Rude, Bam Bam Bigelow,
Ravishing Rick Rude.
Yeah, Ravishing Rick Rude, and Typhoon and Earthquake. They just like started putting them out there. And I'm like, oh, great. But I haven't found Mr. Perfect yet. And they have a classic Macho or Hulk Hogan that I can't find either. So I'm like, even though I'm like giving up buying a lot of toys, I kind of buy some once in a blue moon. So I found it. They're starting to clearance these sons of bitches. Excuse my French. So I found
Oh wow, that's cool.
Like I want McFarlane the superpowers to be like they're only $10 a pop, but the vehicles are like $30. But I got this one for $6. And so I already got one, I think. So I'm gonna open it. Or do I get one of these? No, but I want them to be cool, but they're not as cool as the old. You're giving away your address there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, take that, Man Cave. Now that's a big book.
I like big books, and I cannot lie. So here's the story behind this. I have eBay alerts set up for books that I really want that don't come up that often. And this book came up rarely, and what it did, it was like $600. And as the economy has tanked, it came down to about $300. Well, one day it showed up and it was $150. I'm like, buy now. And I bought it. And then I waited till a week later. I was like, my book hasn't arrived. So I went back, checked the listing. Turned out I pre-ordered a book that was a second printing of the book I thought I was getting.
Oh,
And then there's like no refunds. And I'm like, oh crap. And then it turns out that they pushed the release date back like 4 times. So I was supposed to wait like 2 months, and then it was 3 months, and it was like, oh, I'll get it sometime next year. Well, it showed up last week. But so I'll show off what this big book is. There.
You know, he tosses.
Oh, nice.
You can just throw it there on the floor. So yeah, this is the IDW artist edition for the John Byrne X-Men.
With your favorite cover on it too, right?
Indeed.
Or your favorite book?
Favorite book of all time. I'm right there on the cover, X-Men 136.
See, that's how you know your friends. You know what their favorite books are.
Yeah. Mentioned it more than once.
First issue of Issue at Hand.
Yep.
That's why I learned that Pieta.
It is. Yeah. There you go. He's a quick learner. How long have we been doing this? A few years.
More dates, but eventually I learned stuff.
Yep. So pop this open. Flash a few pages. Hopefully you get it open.
You know what Jamie's doing the rest of the day?
Oh! Let's see what I got.
The Skeletor?
Yeah, it's New Adventure Skeletor. Masterverse, guys. The Masterverse is pretty cool now. They're like doing all the figures that sucked, like they're doing them over. And
All right, let me make myself big.
make yourself big.
It's interesting because they just publish the scans of the art as it exists. It's kind of interesting. It's got a little bit of a red tone in that black there. Not sure. Must have been like a different ink or something that they used that faded.
Go ahead and try that.
Yikes. Man, I love these books, but they're hard to manhandle. Let's find something cool here to show.
Wow. Why are they kind of like yellowed?
Because they're just publishing the raw scans. They're not retouching them, so you can see so you can see white out, things like that. If there's tape, it turns darker and stuff like that.
Nice.
So
they have Kirby ones of those, like with Thor, don't they?
Yeah, I've got is it the New Gods one?
Yeah.
I'll probably steal that. We'll break into your house and steal it.
I don't know if you can carry it up the stairs and stay balanced.
Trying to find a big splash image, and I'm not sure exactly what issues this covers. So sometimes they'll do like a whole storyline. I mean, this has definitely got some of the Dark Phoenix saga in it.
What's the guy with the Devil Tail's name?
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. Yeah. Yeah. So that splash page. They're like a guy can't resist. Did you not pay any attention to the DVD? Never trust a big button to smile.
There you go.
Yep.
That's cool. That reminds me of a comic. I think I know you guys know I got this. I got it because it was the first brown and tan Wolverine costume.
Mm.
Good old John Byrne.
How does it look black and gold though?
They colored it wrong on the cover.
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Actually, that's pretty cool. If you look, it's like blue and yellow there.
Mm-hmm. But it's
black. Well, it would be black because they use blue highlights. Yeah, that's cool though.
You gonna put that back in here?
No, you can just set that there though.
But you think that's cool, but I started getting into something else here, buddy. I'm talking about Raw Space Night. Look at that. Number 2. I got 2 through.
In your box, or did you just repurpose your box already?
Look at that. I got a bunch of them.
Oh, okay. Definitely repurpose your box.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I did for my nephew? I had my nephew Logan as a Secret Santa. I got him. So what I did was I got one of these boxes, and I, threw a couple of knickknacks in there. Stuff you get, stuff I don't really care about, like what Jamie gave to us. He doesn't obviously care about that. So I had bought what?
At least he stayed in his collection for you.
He wants to keep his cloak and daggers. That's what it is. He's so into it, and he just wants to share you. So, anyways, I got him for Christmas. I got him the original Wolverine miniseries, and so I stuffed that, mixed it in with the blind box that I got from Casey's. And I'm just like, here, and he's like opening it, and he sees first it's like a poster of like Marvel Zombies or something. He's like, oh boy, you can tell that he's like, oh yeah. He's not a big comic book buyer per se. He likes Wolverine.
Wait, is this Logan?
Yeah.
Okay, so
and then he gets, and he's like,
his name Logan, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Logan Xavier. So blame his parents.
It's not your son?
No, I would never do that. I would never name a kid after a character from a book or a comic or a movie, like, hey, this is my son Frodo Sam. Like, what is that?
Frodo Legolas.
Like, here, this is my buddy Bruce Wayne. I mean, anyways. So I got him that. He dug it.
I
pretty cool.
Issues 3 and 4 repurchased.
Do you need a 2? I have a 2.
If it's nice, yes, I do.
I mean, you're looking kind of minty back here.
It's got a color rub on it, which I'm disappointed in myself for not catching.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's not bad.
I've got my original copies. I'm just looking for upgrades, and now all I need is a nice number 2.
I mean, it's not bad, but I don't have the rest of them, so it's like wacky. But
right, that's pretty decent.
Those are some nice colored covers, though. The colors pop
On the Wolverine.
Yeah, at least based on that and these two.
Yeah, and the first issue is Wolverine standing there like this. With
is that what's on the hardcover that I have?
Yeah.
Also picked up a book that I always love the cover to recently. I love that cover.
Very cool. Yeah.
It's like Jerry Ordway, of course.
Oh yeah, Jerry Ordway, one of the more underappreciated artists, I think.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's got fans in there, and then he flies under a lot of people's radar.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm losing my comic books here. Now, did you give this to me a long time, or did I pick this up somewhere?
No, you picked that up.
Okay. I'm waiting for another comic book convention coming up here. We need another comic convention so I can go waste some money.
By the way,
Fluffy T Cat says the solid colors in the backgrounds will make Wolverine series the perfect canvas for sketches and signatures. True facts, man. Thanks for joining us, Fluffy Cat. Thanks for joining us, Southern Comic Geek. We showed your comment earlier, but we didn't acknowledge your presence. Thanks for joining us.
We're horrible at acknowledging people.
We are.
Now, I have this friend who collects comics. He's always complaining there's nothing new worth getting. You know, I ain't getting anything new because it's stupid. I collect my Batman. What else do you get?
I'm actually pretty cold on Batman these days, other than the Batgirl up there.
So what he does now is he just waits and sees what everybody else likes and waits for it to come out in the trade.
Such as 8 billion genies. So yeah, I mean, one of the things I'm kind of doing is okay, so you're right. You're absolutely right. There's less and less out there I want to
Kind of
buy
doing the same thing myself, but okay.
buy that's new. So I'm now my current mindset is find the good stuff that's out there and read it and enjoy it. Part of that is taking advice from other collectors. So anybody that watches this, if you're watching now, you can leave your comment in the chat. Afterwards, you can leave comments on the video itself, and just tell me what are the good books that are out there that are being read and consumed these days. I heard a lot of good stuff about 8 Billion Genies. It came out about 2 years ago, or a year and a half maybe. There are 8 issues altogether. So they had an excellent premise that it's got one of those premises you can describe in an elevator.
Described it an elevator.
So
Elevator
you don't
will
know
go
what
with
that
you.
is. The population of Earth is 8 billion people, and one day 8 billion genies popped up, and each genie was assigned to each person, and each person gets one wish. And then
The chaos
ensues because
It's
people
Mr. V6.
are crazy with their wishes.
And of course, Ixnay on the wishing for more wish. How do you say that? From Aladdin, basically, no wish for more wishes.
Yeah.
But he did in Pig Latin.
Close enough. You did it well. Let's see.
It sounds like an episode of Rick and Morty.
Could be.
Yeah. There was an episode, they had a box, you hit the box, and there was a character that came out and said, Mr. Meeseeks, and he'd help you with anything he could possibly to make you better at stuff or do stuff for you. And then he met one person that they couldn't help, so they decided there were so many Mr. Meeseeks, they decided to kill the character. And couldn't get it done. So it sounds like one of those. So it sucks.
Fluffy T Cat makes a great point there. What else you got to say? One day, all 8 billion people will be right there with us in the U.S. Marvel better up their print runs.
Well, we'll be dead, so it doesn't matter.
So one of the other books that I missed out on a while when it came out was 7 to Eternity. And I've been trying to chase down the floppies for years, but it wasn't a really highly printed book. It was published by Image. And I did.
That's what I heard about you, Jamie. You like chasing down floppies.
I do like my floppies, but I also like big books.
I like floppies and big books, man.
But I'm a sucker for good art. And Jerome Pena, when he did this after he did his run at Marvel, and I think his art style is one of the more, I don't want to, another underappreciated guy, or he kind of runs under people's radar and doesn't do enough work consistently, so he kind of gets lost in the shuffle.
Oh, is that worth money? I think I have a couple of those issues.
I don't know that they are.
If they're worth money, I'll sell them to anybody for.
They're just one of those books that you don't find out in the wild. So here I'm taking a cue from my kids. Okay, so I got one daughter that is super into My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
She's 11. When I was 11, I was in the X-Men, and she is like, she wants to tell us all about My Hero Academia.
Oh, so that's what I have to look forward to, because I like My Hero Academia.
Oh, when she gets back, you guys just gotta talk shop.
I mean, my ringtone is all night saying, "Pick up the phone, pick up the phone, pick up the phone."
So and she's both reading it and watching the anime, But
Isn't My Hero Academia basically like an X-Men where it's a school that?
yes,
So there you go.
yeah. So I think
But better.
there are like 40 volumes, and she's halfway through them. She's read like 20. They're at the library getting more right now. So,
Well, you better get ready for her to be living with you for the rest of her life.
she already tells us that. So, my younger daughter is 9, and so she wanted to get in on it, but she was like, I don't want to read the same thing my sister's reading. And we're like, well, there's Naruto or Naruto. You got to put the emphasis on the right syllable. Yeah. And so we bought or didn't buy it. This is the library copy. So I read the first edition of Naruto, and I get it. I'm not gonna go. I told my daughter, it's like I read it and it was okay. She, well, number 2 is a lot better. So now I got to read number 2. But
so you're gonna become a manga guy.
I want to go where the good stuff is.
He wants to invest with his kids.
He's gonna start having bloody noses when he looks at like boobs.
So my daughter that's in My Hero Academia also picked this one up for the library. Is it Spy X Family or is it Spy Family?
I don't know. Yeah.
So
I never say the title on the cartoon.
I've only read the first chapter of this, but this one I really like. The Naruto and My Hero Academia, they both have that, like, everybody's yelling because that's how Japanese people communicate. They only yell. This is a little bit more subdued, a little bit more realistic.
That's realistic?
Well, for a family of spies, I guess it is. But it's got an intriguing premise too, and I think it's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to reading more of that.
Okay.
You're turning your back on comic books and going to manga.
I'm not, because here's what I'm also starting to reread.
Oh boy!
I know you're thrilled, right? So in this, I think I'm gonna do some YouTube shorts on each storyline and do a little short, and I don't know, maybe attract some.
You love that. Like, you're in love with that.
I read these when they first came out.
Yeah.
And I might have gone back at some point and reread certain storylines, but I'm going back and reading everything from the beginning, and it's as good as I remembered. Everything about it.
Hey, you know how much he likes that? I actually downloaded the whole, all of them.
Do you?
Yeah. I haven't started reading them. I was hoping one day they say, you know what? Let's do a 100 bullet story or show. I'm like, I'm ready.
All right.
Because, I can't finish reading The Watchmen yet.
We recorded two episodes of a Watchmen recap.
Did you?
Yeah, in January.
When?
We recorded them.
You guys did.
Yeah. This was before you went and bought the whole series, so I didn't think you would have any desire to do a Watchmen show.
Dude, what are you talking about?
I never thought that you were like a big Watchmen mark.
I have the absolute edition of Watchmen. I have the big book of cookies with Watchmen.
I had no idea. We've been friends this long, and I didn't learn that you were a Watchmen devotee until you picked up the full run.
And you told me that I can only read one issue
at a time.
Read an issue, do a show. Read an issue, do a show. So
he's 2 issues.
And you guys did it without me and without asking me.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
So now we got to scrap all that material and do it again.
Because that was really bad.
Got it. Yeah.
All right, I can start over. I've forgotten it by now.
Okay.
Well, I can't complain because I filmed like at least 15 videos of me going through my comics, and I just got like,
Okay, so we'll do Watchmen, but I was gonna see. I know we talked about doing this before too.
Have that downloaded too.
He's got downloaded. I picked this up because I didn't know, Al. I didn't know if you had all the originals or not. And
I got a lot of them.
I also wanted my kids to read them. And
Yeah, I'd probably graphic novel them. I wouldn't dust off mine.
so if you needed to borrow this, you could. But if we don't do Watchmen, maybe we can do a show on New Teen Titans because I
Titans forever.
I watched more of the Titans TV show and I threw up in my mouth more the more I watched it because and see
He liked it.
he's a big fan of it because that's all he knows and I'm like
Yeah.
you got there you do not understand the charm of Changeling.
But here's a question though. Don't you think it's odd that Dr. Fate's helmet's just kicking in the corner there?
Huh?
That Dr. Fate's helmet is just in the corner of their penthouse or whatever. It's like in a
Tower? Is it the Titan Tower?
That is odd.
Yeah, how many issues does that Titans book cover?
It comes up either.
I can tell you. It didn't go as far as I thought.
Captain Kirk put on his glasses and the.
Maybe
Look,
that's what
I'm
I'll
getting
collect.
old. I'm the first
I'll
one to
collect the
admit.
new Teen Titans. That can't be that expensive, can it?
Issue 1 and 2 and the first appearance in DC Comics Presents are the money books.
Oh.
So this goes through looks like Teen Titans number 8.
Just wow, that's it. Only 8 books.
Oh, and the DC Comics Presents.
See, the reason why I'd want to do Watchmen first, if we're gonna do anything, because
Howard the Duck?
it's finite. It's like it's ends,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
whereas the Titans goes on for, you know.
Yeah, with the Titans, there comes a point where you just like you have to stop because it starts going downhill. But we would definitely want to get at least through the Judas contract and probably the start of the Baxter series.
Oh, the Judas contract. I almost watched that several times on Max.
And then you didn't because I told you to wait.
True.
Wait, yeah, okay. So, what are your favorites? This Fluffy T. I guess I don't know. What it makes me think? What's your favorite dual named or like dual person named character? Like Flash, Jay Garrick versus Barry Allen versus Wally West. Where do you guys fall in that camp? Like, what's your favorite?
You know, I
versions of characters, I guess.
I always default back to what I grew up with, and that was Barry Allen as Flash and Wally West as Kid Flash.
Because you're lame.
Because I'm old and lame and I need glasses.
Well, I'm a Grant Gustin guy, so I'm going to choose Barry Allen.
Yeah, I like Barry Allen until they brought him back to life.
He dies? Oh yeah, on Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they made Wally West so good for a long time, and then they just like, we got to bring Barry Allen back because it's the name brand, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
because they couldn't let a black guy have too much power. That's all. It's like Wally West is black in the comics, right?
No, not until what was the reboot? Was it New
52
or Flashpoint? One of those.
Yeah, New 52. Yeah.
So
there you go.
This is another book I'm gonna reread.
Isn't that the movie that we watched?
No.
Or was that Old Man Logan?
You didn't watch
I'm
it.
telling you,
Yeah, that was Old Man Logan. The Logan.
we need to do cover lovers because a lot of those covers, I love them. Okay.
From
Cover lovers.
Barry Windsor Smith Weapon X covers. So
Yeah, it's like I think did he retire after doing those because like he just fell off the face of the planet, like
He didn't.
retired because
no, he didn't retire. He went on to do his own work that got very little exposure.
like Rune or something.
We did Rune for what was that company? Valiant. Was it Valiant or was it Malibu? It was Malibu.
The Barbie people?
No.
And then Marvel bought him.
And then he did these big oversized, they were even bigger than magazine, called Storyteller or something like that, where he did his own stuff in that looked like the same kind of art he was doing in Rune.
Yeah, dude, it's just like what it is. It's like when you're a kid and you just like, you know, thin, flat-chested girls. Then you get older, and then you're like, "Ooh, look at those babies!" You know what I mean? That's what it's like. If like you get my understanding. Your tastes change. You like the grown-up girls with the curves. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's Barry Windsor Smith to me. I'm just kind of like before I was like, meh, but now I'm just like,
One of the books I got last year for Christmas was Monster, that was done by Barry Windsor Smith, and it came very highly regarded. You know, friend of the channel, Gore Vidal. He was a big proponent of it, and I read that, and I was like, it was a long, tedious read that did not pay off for me. There he is.
Oh, Doris just left the show. He's done.
He is unsubscribing because I'm not buying into monsters.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I haven't read the book, and I'm gonna read it now. How do I find Monsters?
I think I still have it. If you want to read it, I'll
I want to read it. I want to know.
Make sure you bring a belt, one of them weight belts, so you don't hurt your back carrying it around.
Yeah, it's a big book, but it's not the happy story of the year for sure.
I'll tell you what. I just seen Iron Claw, so I'm ready for unhappy stuff. I got
yeah.
You thought Gore was gone, didn't you? So you were like, "Well, he's gone, so I can talk this smack on it." No. Then he came back and said it was excellent. Your taste is rotten, Jamie. Your taste is rotten.
I'm
you like 100 bullets. Give me a break.
So this has been out all year, so I figured, this is one of the additional books where I want to continue revisiting, because that's how far Victor and I got in our.
You need a bookmark for book 2.
We should do Watchmen versus the Golden Age, Justice Society Golden Age book.
I didn't like the Justice Society Golden Age book.
You do have bad taste, don't you?
I remember reading it and reading it like after digesting Watchmen as an adult, which, I tried reading it as a kid and couldn't get through it. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. But
I like 100 bullets.
100 bullets. That's my.
If you get 100 bullets, you don't like it.
Are all the issues autographed?
No, just several of them. Because Brian Azzarello is a Chicago guy, and I used to do all the Chicago shows all the time, and he was an easy signature to get.
Yeah, Gore's letting you know, man. You suck.
I have to agree with Gore.
About what?
About Watchmen not being a top favorite Alan Moore book. Alan Moore.
Did you read it? Have you read it?
He's only read the first couple issues.
What? Have you read any other Alan Moore books?
Yeah. Which ones have I read?
Did you read Killing Joke?
No, you said it was weird.
I didn't say it was weird.
No, you said the movie. Something about the movie. You weren't going to see the movie.
Yeah.
Was it? That's what you're going off of. I don't think he's read. I think he's just watching the movies and going,
No, I didn't see the Killing Joke. Because when my friends recommend
I've never seen it. I've never listened to it or read it, but I hate it.
I don't think you've read any more Alan Moore.
Then this is the best Alan Moore book I've ever read. I think he kind of peaks with issue 2. But we'll find out number 3.
Did you watch the HBO TV show?
Yeah, that was fun.
That was the impetus of sitting down, have Victor read Watchmen, because I wanted to get his.
Hello? Hi, it's not 1:30 yet. Yeah. All right, bye.
Alan is in trouble.
No.
Let's see.
Miracle Man.
I read-
Thank you for Vendetta. Yeah, Billy for Vendetta is good. I like V for Vendetta.
I didn't like V for Vendetta. I did like what I've read of Miracle Man, which was the first few issues worth. I got it from the
Let's
library.
just face it. Alan Moore's a hack. Is that what you're saying?
Is
that what Jamie Hood is saying?
Look,
he's a hack.
I don't have. I don't know who would be like on the top of my list of writers, but I got problems with Alan Moore. I definitely don't like Grant Morrison. I mean, he's super hit or miss. There's a couple things I've read of his. My biggest problem with
you're making him leave. He's like, no, I don't like
my biggest problem with Alan Moore is that I can't think of an original character that he's come up with.
What about the Regina King character? That wasn't in the book, was it?
That was in the movie or the TV show.
Of course not.
I mean, he's rehashing Charlton characters in Watchmen. He didn't invent Swamp Thing. I do like his Swamp Thing work a lot. From Hell, I mean, he didn't invent the Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, that wasn't even his theory. So.
I enjoyed League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
There you go.
The 2 miniseries that is nothing like the movie.
Never mind.
How long have we been doing this? And he's still he doesn't care.
Actually, I have that trade. Thank you.
The trade of
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, I read Arkham Asylum. I tried to read Doom Patrol. I didn't read Animal Man. I tried to read The Invisibles. Of course, I read the X-Men, but through gritted teeth the whole time.
Oh goodness! What about final?
I'm chasing away one of our long-standing.
What about wait, who wrote All-Star Superman?
Grant Morrison. That's one of the few things I like by Grant Morrison.
How about Final Crisis? Okay, now I'm on to.
I know. Look,
one subscriber.
I appreciate all of our subscribers, including Matthew Poe and Gore Vidal. They've been with us a long time, and I appreciate both of them. And I'm glad to have Fluffy Cat joining us this morning and engaging in our conversation. So, like I said, I'm on a search for new good stuff to read. So, Gore, leave a comment in the video, or
wait a minute. Have you read the book that I was telling you?
Stuff that I can read and not like later.
Huh?
Yeah, I read that.
And you didn't like it?
I thought it was okay.
Oh, it was okay. I'm sorry that you're unhappy with your life. And you're just miserable old man now. And you can't enjoy a little thing.
You just wait till you read Monsters. You'll be just like me.
What do you like?
I told you.
Remember that old classic? Yeah, 100 Bullets.
100 Bullets. I like Watchmen, and I'm liking 8 Billion Genies.
You know what, Jamie? I'm taking my chip over to Buy Me Toys today, and I'm going to find a trade for 30% off that you're going to love.
Is that what the day's deal is?
It's any one of the 12 Days of Christmas deals.
I went through all their deals. I didn't see anything on trades. They had one?
Yeah, it was 30% off.
Oh.
If I read Monsters and like it, okay, Gore's saying it'd be funny if I like it. I'm going to like it just to be contrary. I didn't even read it yet. I love it. My favorite. I'm going to get a big tattoo of the cover on my chest.
Okay.
That would be an attractive tattoo.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Yeah.
I gotta,
Hey, but he'll have more time to do more shows.
Next time on Pop Culture Clobbering Time, the Monsters review.
well, don't hold me to it because I haven't read anything in a long time. So what you been up to, Jamie? You're just working?
I've been working a lot. There's a lot going on at my company right now that I've been involved in, and I've done a lot of traveling through the fall and winter, so that's been part of the problem to be able to schedule shows and stuff like that. So
Got any scoops?
I got nothing I can talk about.
I'll tell you what. I gave you that. I bought that Star Trek original series model kit. Did you do the artwork on that, or did Alex Ross do it? It has that sleeve that goes up and down.
That was the original release box that was issued in 1966.
Okay. Well, I gave that away to my Secret Santa, so hopefully it's not worth anything.
How many Secret Santas did you have?
Usually in Secret Santa, you have one person that's giving you a gift, and then one person who you're giving gifts to.
And you're able to give more than one gift.
But okay. But you already told us that your nephew is your Secret Santa.
Oh yeah, my work. I had work.
Oh, okay.
Work Santas, and then family Santas.
Well, I'm going to Secret Santa my copy of Monsters to you next. So.
Oh wow, you're just throwing it out there. You're just throwing jabs at Gore because of that, huh? You're just like, hey, guess what, Gore? Hey, guess what?
Hey, he's giving something that he feels precious and dear to him to somebody he feels that's precious and dear to him.
Oh, okay, so this year, so we got to do the year-end things, comic-wise, collector-wise. What's your big thing for the year? What are you going after, man?
What am I going after in 2024, or what was the biggest pickup in 2024?
No, 2024. Sorry, I don't care about 2020. It's over in a couple hours.
Okay, you don't like to do the recap. Okay. Honestly, I don't have anything I'm targeting. Books I'm interested in are the first appearance of Juggernaut. That's probably the biggest book that would be at the top of my hunt list as far as kind of bigger books go. I'd like to get first appearance of Teen Titans. I'd like to get the second appearance of Teen Titans.
First appearance of Teen Titans, like the
Brave and the Bold. Was it not number 60? Number 60 is the second appearance, but I'd want that one too. That's also the first appearance of Donna Troy. I'm not that attached to Donna Troy. I just that story was in a reprint, a compendium that I had as a kid, so I really liked that story. Just not knowing what it was, I just liked it.
So how about you, Vic? What are you looking forward to this? I mean, comic book wise this year, if anything.
All right, I made my mind. This is the year I'm going to get my book, Ultimate Fallout. I mean, it might be a 27 printing.
You're going to get that first Miles?
Yeah. Because I think I've come to the conclusion that I want to try to get all the Miles variants I can.
That's a good goal. It's a lot to collect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see what's Gore got here. I've been reading more novels than comics. I have too. I normally don't read like books that don't have pictures in them, but I've actually read 2.5 books this year, and like in the last half of the year, which has taken a lot away from my comic book reading.
Well, then I'll let you read. Well, I haven't finished it, but I've been writing a book. Have I told you this?
Really?
Been writing a book.
Nice.
Since September.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. It's you never know what's going to flow out of you until you start doing it. So I've been writing a book, and it'll probably never get done. But I got a lot of pages so far, and I keep adding characters that probably shouldn't be in it. Coming up with all my ideas, and they're just zany. They're just, I don't know.
Sound like an author to me.
You know, what's funny is that I stopped telling people. Well, my book, the idea is the working title. It's hard to pronounce, so I'm going to change it. It's The Reaper's Squire. So it's like, knights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But there's the Squire of Death, or Death Squire sounds pretty good. It's just when I go and tell people, they're like, the Reaper's Squirrel. That's copyrighted too. I got that. Reaper's Squirrel.
You need to publish an ash can so you can keep the trademark.
Yeah. The Reaper's Squire. Thank you. It's crazy. I got so many different ideas in it. I got some cool ideas, and I just need to contain myself because it's becoming like a huge Game of Thrones ripoff all of a sudden. It's like it's just too much. But so this year I'm going to continue to write, and
hey, that's how we got Twilight, Harry Potter fan fiction.
There you go. Luckily, I'm trying to keep romance out of my book for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's like, this is one thing.
Guess you don't want to sell any books, do you?
Yeah, no.
There you go. Right.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I haven't. I mean, I got females and males in my thing. I guess it's 1:30, guys. No romance. Not buying your book. I haven't got it. Well, I got some, friendships in there so far. I don't have any. I don't know if it's just not in me to like, hey, let's have a sex scene. I don't know. I mean, that's not romance, but it's kind of a relationship between you got the father and the daughter, but then you also got the adopted father and mother. It's kind of more about that, I guess. I got so many things going on here. I can't even tell. But anyways, the comic book stuff that I want to do, I want to keep going on my Captain America. I want to keep going. I'm gonna have to do my own show on my book that I'm not writing right now. Captain America's, I'm trying to get all those from 100 to, was it 450 or something like that? The actual ending, and not the stuff where they went, oh, we're doing legend or legacy numbering. I'm not worried about that stuff, So 80s, 90s, when it stopped was like Ron Gurney,
Yeah.
And then I want to do Command E. I got a lot of Command E books. I need probably the first, I need 1, 2, 3, but I got a lot of the other ones. OMAC, I'm looking into OMAC. A lot of Jack Kirby stuff. I'm always like, ooh, I'd love to get Demon. I'd love to, New Guys, stuff like that. But that's bigger price.
Right.
So, and of course, find me on my own website where I talk about my book ad nauseum. No. I've actually hate talking about it because, like, I've told it to my girl Susan. Like, I'll be like, "Oh, I wrote this today." Every time I write, like, we'll talk about that night, and I'll just be like, "Yeah, I wrote some stuff." She's like, "All right, well, tell me what you did." And I like tell her, and then I get into it too much, and then I'm just like, and then it always drives me crazy because, oh, that's kind of like this, and I'm like, no, it's nothing like that. I hate that, some cool stuff, though. If it's anything like my comic book work, you'll never read it. It's my spaceman. So
Gore, to answer your question, the books I've been reading, they're self-help / business, I guess.
Yeah.
But, Start with Why by Simon Sinek and Leaders Eat Last, which whether you believe in God or just the universe aligning, reading these has been very timely with what's been going on at work. So they're mostly about leadership and how, not necessarily how to develop leadership, but what good leadership habits are in business and how to make a business that lasts longer than the people that are currently there.
I got the book for you, Built to Last.
Yeah. So they've been really easy to read. I've been listening to his podcast and watching some of his YouTube videos, and the way I kind of process life is find people that can verbalize maybe some of the things that I think or believe, and chances are they've done a much better job of thinking it through than I have, and that's definitely kind of what I'm finding in the Simon Sinek work. So really, I'm working on his third book, which is I don't know, I can't remember now because I'm old. But yeah,
that's an interesting title.
It's definitely a case of he talks about things that totally make sense to me, and I'm able to then regurgitate that when I talk to people.
I mean, that's why you're doing regurgitate.
Yep, indeed.
No, it's Faith Family comic books and then everything else.
Yeah. Right. I can't talk about work too much, but it's just been a very strange and crazy year, and pretty much the entire year up until Christmas break has been just very unusual, and we're kind of reorganizing things, and we'll see how next year.
I almost became his intern like 3 times in my mind.
You're just too loud to work in our quiet department.
You called a black person loud? How racist.
I'll burn this place down in daylight.
I couldn't bring Al in there either because he'd be all chatty. And you walk into our department and you can hear a pin drop, and it's weird. And it's one of those things that I'm going to try and see what I can do.
That's because you guys don't like each other.
It's not that we don't like each other. We just don't have anything to talk about, and we're all like zoned in on our.
Oh yeah, because Jamie's so talkative, anyways.
Yeah.
I get a better conversation out of a real Frankenstein.
I have not read Usagi Yojimbo, but that's one that a lot of people talk about, so maybe I should go back and give that a look.
Okay. Well, are we doing this again sometime, folks? Or are we?
Yes, for sure.
Definitely next year.
I tell you what, guys, not having done this in a while, I come to miss it. It's kind of like I mean, I know only 2 people watch our show, but I don't know. It's kind of like it just to do it. It's fun.
That's how I felt when I saw you at the bookstore the other day.
Yeah.
I'm like, ow. I'm like, we don't hug. I want to give him a hug, but we don't hug.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. It's kind of like one of those things we need to do it. And even if I have to hook it up at my girl's house, we'll do it.
Ooh, we could be across 2 states.
Yeah, the internet. I'll be and then I can't. But the thing is, I won't have anything to show because she won't let me bring comic books into her house.
Okay. She must be pretty.
Great. She's great. I'm fine with it because I don't have to it's like different
things. Accidentally leave them over there either, right?
Huh?
But you don't accidentally leave them over there either. So
yeah, no, I've snuck in like some toys into her house before and planted them in places, so it's funny. All right, hey Ben,
we're just wrapping this sucker up, and we've had a pretty good time.
Yes.
So please do check out the rewind. Anything else before we depart?
Nope.
Well,
I just want to say thank you again for all the great comic books. That's
Yeah, thanks.
you're
You
I'm
know, that's
excited. I love
huge.
Cloak and Dagger.
very welcome.
And if you ever want to get rid of all your junk, just I'm here. I'm here for you.
Yes.
You're my guy.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll schedule another show real soon, probably within a month, and maybe we'll talk about Watchmen, or maybe we'll talk about New Teen Titans or something else, or we'll just get together and chit chat. But regardless, we will do this again soon. Thanks for joining us, Ben Compton, Gord Vidal, our new fan, Fluffy T Cat, Southern Comic Geek, Man Cave, and everyone else, Matthew Poe, that joined us. Appreciate you coming out. Remember, keep your priorities straight: faith, family, comic books. And we'll see you next time, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Macho Man.